I'd done a fair bit of life coaching before I started EAP, but I just felt that I was at a standstill. I felt that I needed to do something more, and at that time I thought the time was right for me to further my personal development as well as my professional development, because I thought doing EAP would really help me as a practitioner. Historically, I've always been a little bit hard on myself and didn't really recognise the gifts that I had. I felt sort of growing up in my era, we weren't really encouraged to promote ourselves that well. I taught for 30 odd years, and most of that time that I was teaching, I always felt that I was about to be found out, that I was a bit of a fraud, and just didn't have confidence in what I could do. And I just really wanted to find out more about who I was as a person, and I thought that the EAP would be the way to go. Well, I've been able to identify and to acknowledge the gifts and talents that I have, and I find now that I'm a lot kinder on myself than what I used to be. I'm a lot calmer, and I can see where other people are coming from, and I can observe them from a distance rather than being caught up in their story and becoming very reactive about things. I used to be quite reactive sometimes if I felt that I was being threatened. Now I can recognise that it's not really me that they're reacting to, maybe, that it's their story that they're coming from. So I found that really beneficial, being able to do that. I just feel that I can listen to people more, and that instead of me putting my interpretation on what they're saying from where I come from, that I can listen to what they're saying and respect their story. So I'm not putting my expectations on them, but I can communicate with them like in a cyclic way, in a two-way way, instead of assuming what they're trying to tell me. People seem to be aware of the fact that they're being listened to, and they not so much even say things, but they're more receptive to what I'm doing with them. So I feel that I'm making much better changes for them because they're opening themselves up to me. But also, having done this, I'm allowing myself to be a much more intuitive healer. So instead of trying to break everything down, I can just immerse myself in how they present as a whole, and I allow myself to be carried to the point where I need to help them rather than trying to analyse everything. I really enjoyed working with you, Russell, and I found that you listened well, you extrapolated information that I gave you, and you could lead me on to finding out more as we went step by step. I found I'm a bit of a logical person, so I really liked the way that the step-by-step process unfolded one thing to lead on to another thing, so I found that made sense to me. I thought the homework was just so important because it really gave me time to stop and think about my responses. It made me delve pretty deeply sometimes, and to go to places that I didn't particularly want to go to. But then your help with that, sometimes when I was stuck, you guided me, encouraged me, maybe made suggestions, gave me prompts, told me stories that then would lead me on to the next step. So I really enjoyed working that way. I'd thoroughly encourage anybody to do it, because I don't think we ever really know who we are, and even though I've just finished the EAP program, well, a year ago, but it's really encouraged me to go further. So you just don't stop with EAP, it's the momentum that carries you on, and now I've become quite involved with doing mindfulness courses and so on. As far as a healer goes, I just find that I'm opening myself up so much more to what my clients come with.